What's up, Spirit fam? Another video. My name's Michael John, and I got a weak will. Do you? How strong is your will? When you say I'm not gonna do something, let's just say you're trying to quit smoking, and you go maybe a few hours and you give in. That just shows a weak will, right? And you're not, don't get down on yourself for that. Just be aware of it. I'm aware of my weak will. And I realize that if I want to create the success, the balance, the harmony, the fulfillment, the love, the joy, the service in my life, how am I going to obtain any of that with a weak will, right? Because I'll set an intention and have high hopes to fulfill it, to follow through on it. And then I'll give in. Doesn't matter what it is. Some things I'm more conditioned in than others. For example, like working out, right? It takes a strong will to maintain consistency. And I always thought my will was strong because, I can maintain, a workout, going to the gym. I can maintain, fasting. But the reason behind me being able to maintain this was for all the wrong reasons. Like when you go to the gym, what are your reasons? Is it vanity, to look good, to put on a certain mask and portray a certain image so you can get validated? Or is it truly health and wellness? Now mine was primarily out of validation, but I would fucking convince myself elsewise, and I'm done bullshitting myself. So I quit working out for temporarily until I could work out for the right reasons, because I want to feel good. I want a healthy body, healthy mind, healthy spirit. And then the side effect of that is just looking good, right? And I need to understand that. And until I do, I'm not gonna just go to the gym and sweat it out strictly to put on a mask. I'm done wearing these masks. They're not of service. And I'm aware of these masks, and I'm becoming more and more aware of them. For example, I'm walking, right? And I'm walking down the street, no one's in sight. And then I turn the corner, and all of a sudden someone's walking their dog. I get this negative vibration. And I had to ask myself, why do I feel this way whenever I come in contact with another individual on my walks? And I had this sudden realization that I feel, it's like unconscious, but it came conscious recently, that when I walk past someone, I feel like, I gotta slip on my mask. Whatever that mask may be. Instead of just going about my business, not even paying any mind to the other individual. I feel maybe I have to put on a smile or look a certain way or whatever it is. I'm not completely conscious when I'm doing it, but I'm aware of it, and I'm becoming aware of it. And awareness kills these programs. So I decided, which it's way past due. I was probably supposed to do this a year ago when I was in Washington first time, because it kept on coming up. But I would never follow through 100% on it. Maybe I set my expectations too high, right? Like, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. And I gave into that fear, not realizing that my greatness was on the other side of that fear. Well, actually, I was realizing it, but I guess I didn't want it enough. And you have to want this shit. You really do. And maybe you get down on yourself because you feel like you don't want it enough. Because if you did, you would do it. And that takes time. That takes getting shoved in that fucking corner with your back to the wall. To your back to the wall, and you're just fed up. You're fed up with giving in to every desire and every temptation, and realize that you're not moving at the pace you want to move, and you're just sick and tired of it. And that sick and tiredness is going to motivate you to be like, man, I need to make a decision and I need to stick onto it. What is my first step in that? Well, I would have to say strengthening my will. Because if I had a strong will, then I would follow through more on the things that I want to accomplish. And if you set your intention to like write or meditate or do some introspection for 20 minutes of the day, and you don't even do that, that is a sign of a weak will. So I challenge myself. I set my declaration and my intention, which are really one and the same, to strengthen my will. And how I plan on overcoming this is a dopamine fast. Now, I know there's no science based on it, but I realize that I have the same reoccurring thoughts throughout the day. And I continue to give into those reoccurring thoughts, whether it's hit my nicotine pen, eat some kratom, drink some coffee or some caffeine, something, or eat, right? And I notice these things, these programs, it's like, feed me, feed me, feed me. And it's an ungrateful, unruly ass kid in my mind. Pretty much a poorly conditioned inner child that is controlling my life. That is what your thoughts are. Think of your thoughts as a child, and you are the parent. And if you keep on giving into these fucking you keep on giving into this whiny ass kid, what kind of child are you cultivating? Are you creating a child that has a will, that knows how to accept no when it's told, that does what it's told when it's told, and follows through on what's expected? If not, then you have some unruly ass, ignorant ass, ungrateful ass inner child. And it's time we heal that inner child. And if you're working on yourself, there's no way around not healing your inner child, because that is the individual, that is the aspect of you is that it's controlling your whole life experience. I hope this winning killing this video. So this inner child is controlling your whole experience because of things that happened in the past that you gave a poor meaning to, and you unconsciously hold on to that meaning. So it's so deeply ingrained in your subconscious that you unconsciously go through these fucking programs and this conditioning, not even knowing it. So the first step to that is telling that child no and sticking to that no. And realizing you're not that child. You're the parent. You're the one that's aware. You're its guardian. And if your kid whines for a bag of candy, and you give him that bag of candy, and you say you could only have a couple pieces, and then you come back and that whole bag of candy's gone, did that serve that child? Because that's what we do, you know? That's what we do to ourselves. So I challenge anybody that struggles with this to maybe go on a fast. It doesn't have to be a full-fledged dopamine fast where you give up absolutely everything. And let me tell you what I set my intentions of letting go for 24 hours. And then I'll go off that and see how much more time I want to do. Food's 1, caffeine 2nd, nicotine 3rd, kratom 4th, any type of technology 5th, reading, any type of reading material, it's gone. Pretty much the only thing that I could do is meditate, self-reflect, and write. That's it. I can't even talk. I'm going to spend as much as I time to myself without any company and without conversating. And I'm just going to stay within. And whenever these programs come up, I'm going to affirm that I have a strong will and I am courageous. And I can overcome everything and anything. And this is only temporary. It will pass. And I'm going to see where this does for me. Because Spirit's guiding us, right? And one of the ways it guides us is through our inner thoughts, right? Our inner thoughts. But if we continue to ignore those inner thoughts that we know are in our best intention, best regard, but we don't seem to get where we're going? What if it was that one little thought, that reoccurring thought that you should do, but you're too fearful of doing it, that is actually going to put you further in alignment with your purpose, your reason for being, a more fulfilling life? You know, we sit there and complain and say, this shit ain't working for us. What is going on? What am I not doing? But then you keep on having this reoccurring thought that you should do things like, oh, you should, you know, clean up your diet. You should quit this. You should start working out. But we ignore it. And we continue to think we're doing shit our way, and it never works. So I challenge anybody to find that one thing that keeps on reoccurring in their thought process that they know is in their best regard. They know that they will have a more fulfilling life from doing it. It's just challenging to get started, and take one simple step towards that. Just one simple step, you know? Oh, you know, I'm gonna meditate. 5 minutes of mindfulness. And then go from there. Doesn't matter what it is. You don't have to, you know, that's one of the reasons why I know that a lot of times I don't follow through, because I set my expectations too high for myself. And that's okay. That's something that I'm becoming aware of. But I'm gonna fucking follow through. That's why I'm making this video. And I'm gonna share with you, not tomorrow, obviously, but the following day on what happened. Now, I don't have many expectations of this because I know I have a nicotine addiction, or a nicotine attachment. Fuck that addiction word, right? We gotta be careful of how we label things. I have an attachment to nicotine, caffeine, and Kratom. Now, I know that these programs are gonna come up unforgivingly, over and over again. But I have to keep on reaffirming that my will is strong, and then I can persevere through anything. You know? So, find out what it is that you're not doing, and do it. And the reason why I'm doing this is not only so I can further align with my purpose, but there's a lot of gateway portals opening up. Like, I don't know if you get into the esoteric astrology and all that, and live your life esoterically, instead of just, you know, what you see is what you get. There's a bunch of solar eclipses and full moons and new moons happening on this planet all at once, which is pretty rare. So there's these gateway portals opening up for change. And if you keep on having a reoccurring thought, maybe that's spirit preparing you for this change, and you might miss that portal. Tomorrow, I believe, is the 1st. Great time to start it. So I encourage everybody to find that one thing that they could do that will add to their greatness. But other than that, hopefully you could hear this video. I'm gonna go because I'm on the road. But you are strong, you are courageous, and your will is strong. I actually started a new channel as well. It's similar to this, but I challenged myself not to curse, so everybody could be open to watching it. Still the same esoteric information, but in a more structured way. So if you're looking for a more structured content that's, you know, in alignment with what I provide, go to Coach Koali. That's the channel's name. KOACHKOALIE. Coach Koali. I only have one video up. I'm gonna do my best to post at least 3 times a week in a more structured manner, and work on things that I definitely ignore on this channel. So either way, y'all welcome to subscribe. Everybody have a wonderful day. Hopefully you receive something from this video. Blessings.